So, 10 candles. We've just extinguished a candle and ended a scene, so now we do a round of speaking truths in order to establish where we are at the beginning of the next scene. So the first truth to be spoken is always spoken by the GM, and it is always this: these things are true. The world is dark. After that truth has been spoken, we then go around the table, starting from the player who failed the dice roll which ended the scene, and we establish a number of truths equal to the number of candles still lit. Now, with speaking truths, you can establish something about the wider world in general. So, for example, you could say, everyone in the government is dead. So that doesn't necessarily have an immediate impact on what's happening in the story, but it basically establishes that, the cavalry aren't going to ride in and save the day. No one is there behind the scenes to try and help you out. The second thing that you can do is you could effectively do a time jump. So, for example, if your characters are trying to get to the police station and the last scene ended with you refueling your truck with gas at the gas station on the outskirts of town, and then someone failed a dice roll, you could establish the truth: we have reached the police station. It doesn't matter that you're sort of yaddering over how you got from the gas station to the police station. That doesn't matter. It might just be a case of, right, we don't particularly want to role play this. We want to get onto the police station and get to the meat of the story, basically. The other thing you can do is establish facts about the immediate scene that you are in. So a nice example would be of a round of establishing truths would be based on the scenario that I was just saying about how you've just been refueling gas and you're trying to get to the police station. You could, going around the table one by one, establish the following truths, which could sort of stack onto each other. So these things are true. The world is dark. We have reached the police station. The lights are on inside, but the generator is failing and they won't last much longer. You don't know it yet, but there are 3 police officers still alive inside. 2 of them are badly wounded. The thing that wounded them is still inside there with them. So that's sort of how you don't necessarily have to sort of build on each other to establish the scene, but that's sort of a nice example of how the sort of scene building works. So obviously early on in the game, when you've extinguished the first candle and you've got 9 candles left over, you can establish a nice wide round of truths. And then when it gets down to sort of 4, 3, 2 candles left over, then there are less truths being established. So it's more sort of a desperate last stand of the characters rather than them trying to sort of progress the story any further. The final truth, which is always spoken by all of the surviving players, is, and we are alive. So when it gets down to just the 1 candle left over, there are only 2 truths to be spoken by the GM and then the players, and that will be, these things are true. The world is dark. And we are alive. Until eventually the final candle goes out and the GM, in the darkness, just gets to utter one last time: these things are true. The world is dark. So I hope this has helped clarify how speaking truths works in a game of 10 candles, and I thoroughly hope you enjoy any games of 10 candles that you get to play in the future. Thank you for watching.